What about the idea that in the UK there can be pretty serious criminal penalties for such public behaviours? We know that there's free speech and we want to defend unpleasant speech, but outright demanding the death of people is beyond any line any of us can defend here. Do you think this is going to become a proper criminal matter, or police tick and flick this one?
I'm really sorry, Paul, but we don't know we have free speech in the UK. That's the point. We have two-tier policing, two-tier justice. The rot has now set in very, very deep. Can you imagine if anybody on that stage had advocated, killing Muslim leaders? I mean, they'd be in prison.
Yep.
They'd be in prison. This is all completely one way round. There's a woman called Lucy Connolly who put out one intemperate tweet, after the Southport murders, the horrific murder of those young girls last year. She's serving a 31-month prison sentence, and to date, no charges have been brought either against this guy or kneecap the Irish Republicans who've advocating killing members of Parliament, literally killing members of Parliament. So we have a completely twisted, bent judiciary and police force now. I'm sorry to say that, but that's how it appears to me and many millions of Brits.
I'm with you. Here. All right, Keir Starmer, supposedly one of the great threats to his prime ministership is some changes in and around disability benefits. Apparently Labor MPs, and there's quite a few of them, are starting to rally and ratchet up against these things. You're in the Parliament. What's he trying to do, and do you think it could be the beginning of the end for him?
He's U-turned now on several things. He's U-turned on the winter fuel payment to pensioners, very much under pressure, I have to say, from us. And on event after event, the man keeps U-turning. Now he's put forward a policy that would modestly reduce the ballooning size of our disability benefit. I mean, think about this. 1 in 10 Brits of working age is now on disability benefit.
Wow.
1,000 people a day are joining disability benefits. But he has so lost control of his party, and the left is now very, very much in the ascendancy, that he's put forward these proposals. An overwhelming number of his own MPs, they wouldn't vote for it. Now he's put forward a series of amendments which, believe it or not, would give us two-tier benefits, different benefits for those on the system today to those who might join tomorrow. This is a Prime Minister losing authority. And I thought the biggest clue of the lot was last Friday. He was being interviewed, because don't forget, it's 1 year on since our general election. And in response to the rising reform vote in the Midlands and the North, he said, we're at risk of becoming a country of foreigners because of immigration. And that was all to tack towards us. And now he says he deeply regrets saying it. And he hadn't read the speech properly, which means the man's a puppet. He's given a speech. He gets up and reads it. He stands four square behind nothing in particular. This man doesn't believe in anything. The public have sussed him. And yes, it is the beginning of the end. It'll probably be a slow end, but I tell you what, he's finished.
And as you say, more likely they come at him from the left. If you really want to change the country, as you say, if you want to reform the country, vote for reform, and we'll get to some polls in a second. But some people who used to believe that are now off trying to set up their own version of the party. Good luck to them, I suppose.
Look, you will always get this. You will always get human beings who come from different worlds. They come into politics and media. They think they're really, really famous because they've been on telly, and they assume because a couple of people in a pub are nice to them that suddenly they can forge big, thriving political movements. Believe you me, if you're coming from outside the mainstream, you're coming from outside Labour and the Conservatives, it's taken me 30 years to get to the top of the opinion polls. 30 years. If they're prepared to wait that long, very good luck to them.
Good luck to them. I don't know that any of them can have the stomach for what you've been through. But speaking of, what about these polls, as you say, a year on? They're spoken to about 11,500 people. They worked out if an election was held now, Reform would win 271 seats. You'd be the government. Labor would be 178 seats, which is a little down on the 411 that they won last year. The Tories would finish behind the Liberal Democrats with just 46 seats. So, mate, 1 year down, 3 to go, and at this moment you are on your way to government. What a feeling this must be.
Unbelievable. I mean, the election was a year ago. I only came back 13 months ago after a sort of a 4-year semi-retirement from politics. If you'd said to me a year ago we'd be in this position, frankly, I wouldn't have believed you. But I think there is now a perception that Britain is broken. Our borders completely out of control. Over 2,000 young men have crossed the English Channel in the last 2 days alone. Crime is rampant. Opinion poll last week, 57% of women are scared to walk on the streets of London. The average person's getting poorer. And frankly, just swapping between Labour and Conservative governments has made no difference at all. They are looking for something different. They're looking for something radical. And in me, they know what they're getting, no question.
My oath. Thank you, mate. Look forward to seeing you again next week. Nigel Farage, of course, the leader of the Reform Party in the UK, on its way to government, maybe just 3 years from now.